Ontario, Mr. Ford, Doug Ford, who's been a great champion for the City of Hamilton for public transportation, absolutely, and many other key investments, and certainly lots of gratitude for helping us through COVID, and I think the province of Ontario did a terrific job. So Premier, thank you for being here. Welcome back to the Hammer. Introduce also Minister Mulroney, who as well was a great champion for public transportation here in Hamilton in partnership with many of you in the audience here today, and certainly we're looking forward to the announcement here this morning, and to Donna Skelly, our Member of Provincial Parliament for Ancaster, Flamborough, and all parts in between. Great to have you here, and welcome. And I want to, at this point, turn it over to the newest Member of Provincial Parliament, the Minister of Sports and Culture, Neil Lumsden, who will obviously say hello and introduce the next speaker coming forward. Let me just say, while I have the podium here, it's been an absolute pleasure to work with Premier Ford and Minister Mulroney and Donna Skelly and now Neil Lumsden. I think they have great aspirations for the City of Hamilton and the province of Ontario, and I really do appreciate the great working relationship we've had as we move forward. So as I make my exit coming up in November, I think we can all be very, very proud of the ongoing relationship, and I have no doubt that that will continue with whomever is next. So having said all of that, I'd like to introduce the Member of Provincial Parliament for Hamilton East Stony Creek, Minister Neil Lumsden. Minister.
Thank you, Mayor, and it's a real pleasure to be here. And first off, I'd like to thank you for your commitment to the city and the people here, that all the hard work and the things that you've done doesn't go unappreciated. And I want to make sure you know that from us, all your friends and the people that you've helped over the years, so thank you. It's a great pleasure to be here today for this significant announcement. Welcome to you all. In my time as Hamilton East Stony Creek MVP, I had heard firsthand when I was going door to door how important and busy this site is going to be for family, workers, and visitors. It is a vital transportation hub. The ability to commute conveniently to and from Hamilton is fundamental to our economic success, and we're always working to get it done. It's a privilege to be here, to have a great friend of Hamilton here with us today, our Premier, the Honourable Doug Ford. But first, it's a pleasure to introduce my colleague and another great friend of Hamilton East Stony Creek and Hamilton, Ontario's Minister of Transportation, Caroline Mulroney. Caroline?
Good morning, everyone. Bonjour à tous. What a pleasure it is to be back in Hamilton today with my friend Mayor Fred Eisenberger and so many colleagues. Just last year, I was pleased to join the Mayor to announce exciting new GO train service to Hamilton. And under Premier Ford's leadership, we are continuing to build on this work today with more great news to share with the people of Hamilton. More than 200,000 new people are expected to call Ontario home every year, and we need our infrastructure to keep up. Premier Ford is leading an ambitious plan to build Ontario, and public transit is a key piece of this puzzle, and it's no secret that our plans are bold. Our PC government is moving at an unprecedented speed to get shovels in the ground for the largest expansion of public transit in the province's history. This work is a key part of our government's plan to fight gridlock, better connect regions, and create jobs. Premier Ford is filling the transit gap that has existed in the GTHA for far too long, and unlocking access to a world-class transit network that will benefit Ontarians for generations to come. Thank you, je vous remercie, and now it's my pleasure to introduce Premier Ford.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Minister Mulroney, for the kind introduction and the incredible work that Caroline has done to build transit all over Ontario. Just an amazing minister. And let me say, it's an absolute pleasure to be back in Hamilton, as the Mayor said, the Great Hammer, alongside Minister Mulroney and Minister Lumsden and MPP Skelly. And I just want to give Donna a shout out. You know, she worked her back off for 4 years, taking care of everyone in Hamilton. And I have to introduce the #1 champion, Mayor Fred Eisenberger. Mayor, you've been an incredible partner. The first day we met 4 years ago, we just hit it off, worked hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, to bring so many great opportunities to the people of Hamilton, and here is one today. I'm also pleased to be joined by our great friend from Leuna, Joe Mancinelli, and Victoria, and Anthony. Thank you for always coming, and talk about a champion for Hamilton. Joe always has the interest of the people here in Hamilton. This is his roots, and I'll tell you, Joe, we're just very grateful for all the hard work that you do day in and day out. My friends, Ontario is growing. Every month, thousands of newcomers are choosing our province as their new home, as they come in search of good jobs and new opportunities. Over the next 10 years, our population will increase by more than 2 million people, and Hamilton and the surrounding region will be big drivers of that growth. More and more people know that Hamilton and Stoney Creek are fantastic places to live, work, start a business, and raise a family. But to handle this growth, to ensure we're able to support economic development, to stay competitive, we need to build. We need to build roads, highways, and transit. That's why we're building the new Confederation Go Station right here in Hamilton. When built, this station will connect Hamilton with the GO train network, offering two-way, all-day service along the Lakeshore West Line. That's an absolute game changer for the people of Hamilton. As we expand GO train service, we're delivering faster commute times and more transit options, so people spend less time on the QEW stuck in gridlock and more time at home with their families. Previous governments talked a lot about bringing GO train service to Hamilton and Niagara. They had decades to deliver, but never did. Our government is getting it done. We're getting shovels in the ground to build more transit here in Hamilton and right across Ontario. These are big numbers. We're investing $86.6 billion over the next 10 years to build roads, highways, transit, including Highway 413, the Bradford Bypass, and expanding GO train service to more regions of the province. My friends, we're building Ontario, and along with our great partners like Metrolinx, Leuna, and the City of Hamilton, we're building it together. Let's get it done. Thank you, and God bless the people of Ontario.
We'll now take questions from the media. If reporters with questions could please form a line behind me at the microphone. It'll be one question and one follow-up per reporter.
Morning, Mr. Premier.
Hi.
Liam Case with the Canadian Press.
How are you?
Good, thank you. The negotiations are happening right now with CUPE's education workers. Is the government willing to show any flexibility on its wage offer?
Well, what we're focusing on is making sure that the students are in the classrooms, giving a reassurance to the parents, especially what everyone's gone through over the last 2 years. But we aren't going to budge on the fact that we want the kids in the classroom without disruption. I know Minister Lecce has been doing a great job. Our officials are at the table every single day to make sure they have a fair deal for the teachers and a fair deal for the people of Ontario. And we're confident we're going to get it done.
And a follow-up to that, the workers recently had a 96.5% vote in favor of striking. If they do strike, would you legislate them back to work?
Well, again, there's one thing that we've said right from the beginning. We don't want any disruptions in the school. We want to make sure the students have a good experience along with the certainty for the parents. So I'm asking to the unions, the teachers' unions, please don't go on strike. Don't force my hand. Just please, continue negotiating, because I'm a strong believer in negotiating. But do not go on strike.
Hey, good morning, Premier. Colin DeMello from Global
Colin,
News.
How are you?
Well, thank you.
Good.
What does "don't force my hand" mean when it comes to Ontario's educators?
Well, all I want to do, Colin, where everyone is negotiating in good faith, and that's the way the process should work. We're at the table every day. We have a very good deal on the table, and we just want to work with them. And we don't want to go through like we did for the last 2 years and kids not being in class. We just want the kids in the class. We want to give the parents certainty. And I just want a fair negotiation for everyone. We have some of the greatest teachers anywhere in the world as far as I'm concerned. They're great people. They work their backs off. And I just appreciate everything they do day in and day out.
Okay, so if we're talking about appreciation in terms of financial compensation, there is a really huge divide between CUPE workers currently at the bargaining table and what the government is offering. You've talked a lot about helping workers, being there for low-paid workers in Ontario as well. Do you feel like it's time to maybe push up the offer that the government has placed on the table so that CUPE workers don't have to go on strike to get what they want?
Yeah, and thanks for that question, Colin. I think we're being very fair. I'm not going to get into the weeds on negotiations, but we've put 8% over 4 years on the table. I think that's fair. The teachers' unions, they want 50%. Everyone knows that's not realistic, but we're going to negotiate fairly, treat everyone fairly, and get the kids, an opportunity to stay in school without interruptions, with extracurriculars. And again, I just want to thank the teachers for the great job that they do, and thank the parents as well.
Hi, Premier Dustin Cook with the Globe and Mail.
Hi, Dustin.
The province gave the healthcare colleges 2 weeks to come up with plans to accredit more international healthcare workers. Those plans and regulatory changes are now back with the province. What is the timeline for those to come into effect, and do you think that it will curb the challenges that ERs are still facing across the province right now?
Well, we're just encouraging the colleges of nurses to move as quickly as possible. I know Minister Jones is all over this. We need more nurses. We brought on close to 14,500 nurses over 4 years, but we need more. We're going to be hiring 28,000 new PSWs as well. So we need people from all over the world with their foreign credentials. They'll get approved, and we'll get them to work. I think our frontline healthcare workers are amazing people. They work long hours, and I just want to thank them for all the great work that they do.
Following up on that, we haven't heard much about the plan to increase surgeries in private clinics since it was announced. Has the government been meeting with clinics on this, and when is that expected to roll out?
Yeah, so we've been talking to the CEOs, been talking to nurses, and we know the status quo just isn't working. We're all coming up with great ideas, and no one understands it better than the CEOs of the hospitals that run our province's healthcare day in and day out. And we just need to come up with a different methodology. But I can guarantee you one thing: no one in Ontario, as long as I'm Premier, is going to be paying with their credit cards. They're going to pay with their OHIP cards. We need a lot of support to get these backlog surgeries back in line, and we're going to. There isn't a day that goes by we aren't having meetings with healthcare experts. Even as this morning, I just got off the phone with Andy Smith at Sunnybrook, and his comments were, and I'll quote him, that there's no government that's put more effort, more resources, more flexibility into the healthcare system than we have. And he runs one of the top-notch hospitals in the world, Sunnybrook. I want to thank Andy and the rest of the CEOs for all their support, and just being able to call up at any time, call the Minister of Health, call the Premier, and say, here are my top 5 ideas, and they've just been incredible supporters. So I'm very grateful for that.
Hi, Premier.
Hi.
You talked about wanting to have a fair negotiation with CUPE. Isn't, basically telling them to accept what's at the table because you think it's fair or else? Isn't that a threat?
Oh, no, I didn't say accept what we put on the table or else. What I said is, please, and I'm begging you, don't go on strike. It's as simple as that. We're going to continue to negotiate, and it goes back and forth with any negotiations. We've been through it before, and we're going to come up with a final number that they're hopefully happy, we're happy, and as long as they stay in school and there's no disruptions, that's all we're asking.
And I have a question for Minister Mulroney,
Yes.
actually. Hi, Minister. CTV has government records that show that the license sticker refunds has resulted in millions of dollars in payments to people who have many cars. Was that the intention of this program, or would you contemplate some sort of cap?
Well, the purpose of the program was to deal with the rising cost of living that so many Ontarians, all of us, are dealing with. Our focus has been putting money back into people's pockets. We cut tolls on the 412 and the 418. We provided a temporary cut to the gas tax of 5.7 cents per litre. And the vast majority of Ontarians received a refund of under $1,200. So obviously there are some very rare cases of some people who own a large number of cars, but we are very pleased that we've been able to put so much money back into people's pockets to help them when they need it most.
Minister of Transportation. Jamie with City TV. Sorry to make you walk back and forth there. But basically I'm asking about the Eglinton Crosstown. When is it going to open? The delay is, there's been several emails to your office and to Metrolinx that has gone unanswered to Nick, our reporter working on this. So when is the Crosstown going to be open? What date?
Well, obviously everyone's disappointed with the delays that are affecting the Eglinton Crosstown LRT project. Our priority is to make sure that it opens safely as soon as possible.
That's not a date, but I'm sure there in contracts there is a date there that you're just not going to disclose. But that, I don't want to burn up my second question. The next one is to the Premier, please.
So just to follow up on your question, and you know, this is frustrating. I'm frustrated. The minister's frustrated. We inherited this project, Jamie, from the previous Liberal government that just boondoggled it. The good news is the Eglinton West line that the minister is heading up there. We got a call on conversation with Metrolinx that they're 4 to 6 weeks ahead of schedule on the boring machine. So that's great news. We're going to make sure that any issues that the previous government had on Eglinton East, we learned by their mistakes and make sure it doesn't happen on Eglinton West. But we have a very aggressive transit plan. It is the largest in North America, over $30 billion, 4 lines. And I can't wait to get the LRT going here in Hamilton. Again, one of the leaders of that was Joe Mancinelli. And thank you again, Joe, for taking care of the people of Hamilton. But another true leader was the minister and the mayor. That's why I told the mayor today when I saw him, I said, my heart pitter-patters the day you leave, because he's just such a great guy. And Mayor, if you're out fishing, you get bored, we have lots of opportunities for you. So thank you for everything you do.
And Mr. Premier, this question is for you. Could you give more details on what you're expecting for the expedition of housing construction? How's that going to work?
Yeah.
The fees are now going to be dropped, I understand, as the reports are in the paper. But also, the biggest problem with construction, affordable housing in the city is you get every councillor going, yes, it's a great idea, but I don't think it's a fit in my... You've been in city council.
Absolutely. Yeah, I live that down there, and you get the NIMBYism. Yeah, where's the houses? But don't do it in my backyard. Do it in my neighbor's backyard. So we're going to use all the tools to allow the municipalities to work with us. We're working very collaboratively with the federal government. They have a $4 billion fund, which we'll be seeing probably 40% of that. But we're all working in unison. We know that we have to get attainable housing. And Jamie, people want their key to go in their door, open it up, the white picket fence, the whole shebang, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to continue working hard with Minister Clark and his team. But most importantly is working collaboratively in cooperation with the municipalities, the regions, and the federal government, where we all seem to be singing off the same song sheet. So we're going to get it done. We have a very ambitious goal of 1.5 million homes over the next 10 years. And I think we're going to, matter of fact, I know we're going to get it done. So it's going to be an opportunity for people to have their own home.
Hello, Premier Ford.
Hi.
This is Bobby Christovo, CBC Hamilton.
Bobby, how are you?
I'm well. I
Good.
hope you're doing well as well.
Yes, I am.
My question
I'm not
is
eating
about
any
the...
bees today, so it's a good day.
I have a question about the Confederation Go Station, which is, what's the timeline for this project? When will shovels be in the ground, and when will people be able to ride that GO train?
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to hand it over to the minister. She knows the timelines better than I do there.
Well, the reason we're here is construction starting soon. It's starting this fall. The project should take about 3 years, so it should be completed in 2025.
And what's the overall cost of this project?
The project will cost about $50 million. But most importantly, it's going to connect people in Hamilton to transit, to Go Bus to the Hamilton Street Railway bus service and connect that transit directly to Go Rail service. It's going to connect people to housing and employment opportunities. We've been really committed to increasing transit opportunities here in Hamilton, and this is just one other step.
Okay. This will be the last question.
Hello, Premier. It's Matthew from the Hamilton Spectator. Thanks for taking the time.
Hi, Matthew.
You brought up the LRT, and we haven't heard too much about that, even though it was very much sort of LRT 2.0 was kind of marketed as ready to go. So are we having concerns about inflation and how that might affect the budget? Do you think we'll have to bump up the budget for that project?
Yeah, we're seeing that right across the supply chains, no matter what product you're using or building. And yeah, we realize labor's gone up a bit. We realize that the cost of materials have gone up. But I can assure the people of Hamilton, we're going to make sure we get that built. We're going to get it built as soon as possible. And we've committed to it. So they're going to have a great LRT. And again, thanks to Leona, thanks to the mayor, thanks to the minister, we're going to get it done.
Thanks. And my second question, we have a lot of strong mayoral contenders to replace Fred Eisenberger here. One of them is Andrea Horvath, who you know very well.
Yes.
Would you see yourself having any problem working with Andrea if she ended up in that job?
I don't think so at all. I've shown through the 444 mayors and wardens over the last 4 years, we've all worked together. I've always said I'm not a big partisan guy, and I don't care about these political stripes. Andrea had a job to do when she was leader of the official opposition. Now she has a job to do in becoming, if she does become, the mayor of Hamilton. There's one recommendation I have for Andrea. Take one page out of Mayor Eisenberger's book, and we're going to work very well together, because she's going to be here to represent the people of Ontario if she does get elected. And I have all the confidence in the world. We're going to work together very, very well to make sure the people of Hamilton are represented, not only municipally, but with our two great MPPs here. They just work really hard for the people here. And I love the Hammer. These are hard-working folks out here, and I just relate to them.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much, everyone. Thank you.